Hey peeps, Tanwen here. Welcome back to another episode of Vampyr. Let's jump in. I mean, we are near the hospital. We're meant to talk to the benefactor, which is apparently impossibly delicate lady. Oh, I can see what it means. Isn't that the vampire that saved us?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
The hair is pretty.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you.
It is her.
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
I'm glad to see you. This vampire. I'm glad to see you.
You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
I'm very
The pleasure
happy.
is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must
not
have
here.
countless questions, but a rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Oh dear. Patients have been giving you trouble.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
I don't believe you. Yeah, I believe
The world would be
you.
a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
Oh, something's in my eye.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Unnecessary evil?
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need weight.
Okay, fair
I'm a
enough. I did
scientist.
think.
My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
To read my
Every
mind.
question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Oh, fair. That's an important.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned
thing.
me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Why not solve this yourself? Is another vampire threatening you?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money.
True.
My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Okay. What do you want of me?
Please
Well,
continue.
just continue.
Every detail is essential.
I'm
man.
your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Well, yeah, I want to know.
Excuse
I
my
just need
impertinence,
information.
patient.
So,
This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist.
Ah.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life,
That woman.
as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test.
Is there a hint that I need to be skillful?
I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
I wonder how long she's been like that. Okay, so... Ooh. It seems like I'm not stealing, I am just... Is it? Who are you?
Good evening, sir.
Oh, are you another doctor?
It's true.
Dr. Tippets.
Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before.
I seem to have a name.
Dr. Tippets, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also
Ooh.
very confident about your future. And look at you now.
Look at you now, a vampire in London.
Blood transfusion specialist.
Your life in London? What's the
What is
situation here?
Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Not so sure. It's the same everywhere. I don't have people are more important.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Oh, that's quite sad.
What
Tell me
can you
about the
tell me
staff.
about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Fair enough.
Tell me
Positive
more
characters.
about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
I need to go and talk to
Seem
her.
admire her skills.
Is convinced that Gwyneth Brannigan is overqualified as a nurse. Well,
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
that's so naughty.
Any opinion about the management?
Forget it. Back in the time when
I don't always agree
Women.
with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
okay, no, we would need hints. Rumors of shady business. Personal questions. We can't do any. I don't know if I should ask this.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Okie dokie.
Tippets.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets. Right, I thought I saw something. Oh, is that, who are you?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon.
That's,
here.
Dr. Swansea has already
Brannigan.
told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised. I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Your life in London. Tell me.
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Could this hospital fail?
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Yeah, I know that
I'm
feeling.
not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant
Yeah.
professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
But
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits.
got a thing for each
He
other.
just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Okay. And refuses to stop working. Okay. Speak
Nurse
up.
Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
Will be used against you.
I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
So his best. Interesting. I wonder if that was a hint. Can I? Oh, okay. Personal questions. Tippett
Why
praises
does
you.
Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working?
The voice he uses.
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett
Okay.
does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Okay.
Have you
Shady
heard
business?
of anything underhand going on here at the hospital?
No, Doctor. Never.
I think it might be hiding
You require
something.
medical assistance, nurse.
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Okay.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Goodbye, nurse. Okie dokie. Patients. I can't speak to these patients. Okay. So what about, is anyone in this tent over here? No. There is a cabinet. Is there a kid? Poor souls. Ooh, who that? Oh, that's Milton. Never mind. Okay. Let's go to the local gossip girl. Have I met you yet? What's your
Good
face?
evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening,
Hawkins.
Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
They all need some sleep.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Fair. Blackmail is a serious matter. You seem nervous.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing down my neck.
Ooh, okay. Maybe... I mean, some people just don't like being asked questions.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly
Ackroyd.
Ackroyd.
Waverly Ackroyd.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Rude! So rude. Do you have a problem with me?
Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Is he jelly? Yeah, jealousy would not do any good. You better change your tone with me. No need.
There is no need for such animosity
Really?
between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Gosh!
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness?
Displaced? What do you mean? Yeah.
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't
I see.
intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are
I
rules in our line of work,
see.
and they're here to protect our patients.
Well, disapproves modern medicine methods. Okay. Personal questions. I have proved bad memories of you.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that
Interesting.
supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit
Whoa.
you used those men to improve your theories.
I have said many lies, no reason to justify my knowledge as my main weapon. This is difficult. I'm gonna say knowledge is our main
Has
weapon.
always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question
sorry.
of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you
Got
have
bad memories?
of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Okie dokie. Rumors of
Have you heard
blackmail?
about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank
Okay.
you for your time. We'll talk later.
Well, that was interesting to say the least. Any more? Is that Pippa again?
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
No, that's Dorothy. I don't think I've spoken to you properly.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while.
Wishful
That
thinking.
was only last summer. It
Ah,
returned
okay.
with a vengeance just over a month ago.
About the
Can you
patients.
tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
So lack of beds has always been an issue. Personal questions. How long have you...
been working here, nurse?
Yeah.
I
Seems
first
to have
volunteered
been-
at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
Oh, well done.
Well,
You in
Dr.
charge?
Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
What about medical protocols? How is work organized? How is
How
work
the
organized?
duty
Hi,
roster
Ghost.
organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time,
That's
they'll
terrible.
eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
Okay. Blackmail investigation. Rumors about blackmail shady staff members. Let's
You heard
ask about the
rumors
rumors.
about blackmail within the hospital.
I don't have time to listen to all the idle gossip that floats in these halls, Doctor.
Fair
Do you know
enough.
if any of the hospital staff have had run-ins with the law?
Apart from
Doctor,
Milton.
You've hardly been here, and you're already questioning the moral fortitude of the staff.
Not at all. That's not what I meant.
I'll see you
So
later,
smooth.
Nurse Crane.
She's frowning at me. That's the dock. Okay. Ackroyd, Crane. I forgot I can use that to identify people. Where's the person that I need? Who are you? Unknown. Let's talk, dude. It's what all I'm gonna be doing this episode is talking.
Dr. Reed.
It's an interesting angle of the camera.
Of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune.
Strickland.
Such an honor, sir.
Oh, in the background. Bless him.
You are. I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Aww. So let's tell me about yourself.
Something about yourself. I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Ooh.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
Oh.
Honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
You're gonna be the bad guy, aren't you? Flattery is I'll be glad to help
Always
you.
a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
And the nurses.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical.
Those experiments in blood transfusion have not been successful yet. Okay.
You may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Was he listening in? Saying just the right things to me. About the
What
Pembroke
can you tell
Hospital.
me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
I don't think anyone is. Do you need my help?
With anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Nice, we've got a quest. Let's do a medical checkup.
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
Okay, did we... Oh, about your blood transfusion technique.
Tell me more about your willingness
Tell me
to
more.
with new medical techniques.
Harvey
Oh, love
Fiddick is a
it.
patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want?
Is...
To save him? Or to prove your point?
That's the guy with the broken hand.
I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Isn't it? Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Embarrassment?
Because he was a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
So what happened? Harvey's blaming himself for his injury. Interesting. You must remain neutral as a doctor.
Personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Agree. Agree. There's always a person behind an injury. Rumors of
Have you
blackmail?
heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Okay. I think I asked everything. Oh. Ackroyd. Oh. Didn't I ask this
What can you
already?
tell me?
Well, it has always been an...
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion
Here we go
to
again.
modern
What
medical
do you
methods?
think?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
Because he's an
But
ass.
if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's
So it's
just a question
jealousy
of
and pride.
jealousy?
Yeah.
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Okay. Interesting.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Nice to meet you. Okie dokie. Ooh, what's this? Due to influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full. Please go back home. Oh, I wish we could put this in A&E. Oh. Okay. Harvey. What just happened? Well, you sat somewhere where you probably weren't meant to. Can I talk to you?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Well, what just happened?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey.
Tell
Why do you
me.
feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Oh, babes. What happened? Harvey's wife died during the war. Your wife
How
died
could your
because of
job
you?
be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh, that's not your fault, babes.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Tell me
About the
more
death of your
about
wife?
the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bomb...
Oh, bless you. Are your children alright?
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings.
Yeah.
I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea.
Oh, bless you,
I
babes.
just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Why did you just call them bleeders?
How are your children after losing their mother?
They
Bleeder.
were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Okay. Oops.
Have you
Was it
heard
black
talk
there?
of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Always needed words to calm the children, Helen.
So, Milton, have I talked to? Oh, that's the doctor. I've talked to you before. Okay, let's go and see the. Oh, her face wasn't loading for a second. Are you outside or are you in the wing? Your face wasn't loading either. What?
Good evening,
What's
sir.
going on here?
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to
Burns.
fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Elwood. Alrighty.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars.
Or you got addicted
Yeah,
to
my
the pain meds.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who's
Who is
treating you?
Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Okay.
Why
What
do
is the
you
real...
feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
What really happened?
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did
You don't want to admit.
Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room.
And drunk, so...
The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Oh dear. Why the lie? Embarrassment.
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans. And it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Surgery could help you. Beauty is not everything. You can't hide forever. I don't know if surgery could help him. Let's say surgery could help him.
Surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Hint failed. Oh fuck! That can happen? Balls! Oh fuckity. Alright. Personal questions. Did you surf
Where were
along?
you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
None taken. Any shady business?
Rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital.
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones.
Everyone's pointing me to her.
Especially what she should.
The original Gossip Girl.
For now, Mr. Elwood.
Take care. Right. Hi, who are you?
Good evening.
Who are
Mr.
you?
Hampton.
Oh, Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed.
Oh!
Sora, I must apologize.
Yes, that's the guy we saved from
Fear and exhaustion make me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remain
Oh, bless you.
perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who
From the
wouldn't
sailor.
after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Let's ask you stuff. Your presence in William Bishop's den. Yeah, let's ask.
I had received alarming news about his recent
Alarming.
behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Oh dear. You're a hero or a fool.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Oh!
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Do you
What
know
about Tom
Tom
McWatts?
Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Corruption? Despair? Corruption?
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best.
I'm trying to survive.
Speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities
Yeah.
have left us all to rot.
Stupid
It's a
question, isn't it?
contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a
Nothing.
damn shame.
Oh, okay.
What is
What's
the general
the...
situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Oh, okay.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show.
Ah.
The minion, Booth Digby.
Interesting, okay.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Bless. That's quite good. Okay, personal questions. Anything? What do you do for living? I mean,
What do you do for a living,
Duh.
Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
okay. I thought he was a priest, which is why I said duh.
A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the
Preacher.
good word.
Why not use your cross against William? That's a
Why
good
didn't you
point.
use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you
You're
were trying to say. Not
surprised.
mine, anyway.
Okay.
Have
Did you make friends?
since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the
Oh,
docks
bless
many
you.
months ago.
How do you
How
feel?
do you feel?
Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here.
Anemic.
Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Oh, I want to start crafting all the medication. I want
Goodbye, Mr.
to cure everyone.
We'll talk again later.
Right. So, you are the person I need to speak to for all the information. Let's.
What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
I like this woman already.
Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
I love these kinds of patients. Please calm down. I have questions. Shut up. That's rude.
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet
Oh my god.
Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been
Tell
some
me.
despicable goings on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
What? Not about medical error. I need a blackmailer. Do you like gossip?
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idol.
Look at her. She's loving
It's
it.
honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most
Probably does. She's nothing. She's got nothing else better to do.
give you a blanket.
Oh wow. What about the minute? Are you the blackmailer? I don't think she is.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them.
My God.
Their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff.
Oh my God.
Here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
So is that? I was just gonna say. Pippa, Dorothy Crane.
The
Okie
patients and
dokie.
staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
I was already on it. Have we? Do we? So that's Pippa. Yeah. Let's ask you
Good evening,
again.
Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Strange man visiting nurses.
What can
Yeah.
you tell me
Let's.
about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She deserves our help. She could have said the
No
truth.
matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have said the
She
truth.
could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
So it is true.
Do you need
Okay.
medical help?
I'm fine.
Goodbye.
Okay. So it's Crane. Down? Who are you? I don't know you. Let's speak with you.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed,
Hi,
the new
Ghost.
surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the
winds of eternity.
Mental
I
health.
beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me
Thelma
mortal.
Howcroft.
Why is that? And if I'm mortal,
What are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Is she actually, or is it just her mental health?
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Can you describe
Please,
what you feel?
describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I'm not sure. I don't know if she is actually or not.
Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
Oh, God.
Never.
Back.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad.
Thelma is affected by the Cotard syndrome and believes she is a vampire, so she is only
You
only
can't even begin to understand
mentally
the concept
ill.
of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
It's very ironic that you're talking to me about immortality, but
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
I read frog instead of fog. Your enemies? We'll take care of your enemies?
Enemies you mentioned. Can
Yeah.
you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby.
Paranoia.
I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
So she's not actually wrong.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not
Bless
follow you
them.
here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
You're actually quite cute. Wrong target, new investigation. Wrong target? What do you mean? I need to learn this menu better. Let me... white code, conduct research. Succeeded, okay. I also realized this is how I equip stuff. So I can use different stuff. I've been using this all along. Use hacksaw, scythe. I mean, how cool is it to run around with a fucking scythe? Bludgeon, use machete. I think I like the hacksaw, but I think the bludgeon is attack speed is quite slow. Let's go with the hacksaw. Equip. Offhand, let's go with use Lupara. 3 blood absorption. That's it. That's what I wanted. Opla. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Serums. Oh, so that is the serum that I can take. Empty slot. I can't put anything in there. And here's my abilities, and then we will be able to have an ultimate as well. And they are under 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I'm gonna change it to this, then this to this. What are you? Coagulation. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Yeah, that can go to there. Ultimate we haven't got yet. Nice. Okie dokie. So we haven't got anything there. I really like this. I really like that there's like people to discover and stuff. Cure with treatment for fatigue, healthy, recovering. Oh, so I can help him? I wonder if I could. Recovering, no blood loss. Pillar. Oh, this is so cool. I'm really liking this. Oh, I see. Missing ingredients, reach the pharmacy. Okay. Oh, I see. Wrong target. Find out who is spying on them. This is really, I like this. This is amazing. I keep saying it, but I'm quite amazed with how well done this game is. Personal questions. Who are you really, lovely?
Miss Howcroft. I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
Puny
What do you
mortal.
require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who
No.
you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Fair. Okay.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
That's cute that he acknowledged her as a vampire. Harriet. I'm impaired, I need medication. Is there anyone else? There's Thomas, there's Harriet. Okay, so how do I go downstairs? Cabinet.
It's locked, all right.
I want a key. Can I has a key? Oh, can we learn a lockpicking skill? Where is Nurse Crane? Am I gonna like catch her in the act or something? I don't know which way to go to go downstairs. That's outside. Is there anything here? Yeah. Looty. Oh, and here. Oh, the loot. I have to stop doing that with my voice. I'm gonna damage it soon. And here. Salicine? Something rather. Is she... Oh, she's like all the way over there. Find Nurse Dorothy Crane. Okay, so I do need to like go out. Okay, fine. Oh, I was gonna see if we can craft anything. Codeine. I'm gonna go quickly to my office, just to see if we can craft anything to have ready for like conversations in case we need to heal someone or something. And I only just realized he said that he's the head surgeon, which is probably why he has the room for himself. Oh, that's weirdly glitchy out there. Oh, I can't craft anything. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, we can craft treatment for fatigue, treatment for anemia, sepsis. We can't craft that. We can't craft that yet. Well, let's craft one of these. And we can't craft anything else. Okay, all right. Recycle. Shall I recycle, or is it worth me aluminium shard, aluminium powder, ferrous tartrate? I don't know if it's worth selling or recycling. I suppose I'll need the ingredients, right? Well, if I'm wrong, then someone notify me in the comments, please. What is this? Refill all. Can I? I can't. Okay. Alright, let's not... God, that light is awful. Why not find a screw in the bin, right? Run a gun. Pippa. Milton, what were you guys doing? Fatigue. Oh, fuck. I should have crafted a thing for fatigue. Crumpled letter. I'm tired of your shit, Clay. What the fuck did you do? All the bloody docs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count to 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect to do proper business and have people obey if you keep on killing everyone who dares to cross you? Now rumour says some blokes from the dead's family are looking for you, and one of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've even seen strange men patrolling the streets. There may be some commie militia or something like that sent to arrest you. Go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital or Whitechapel. Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calmer, I'll send a wet boot boys so that you know to come back, Edwina. Love you too, waifu. New... We knew that, didn't we? Didn't he say that?
Hey, Doc.
Hey, how are you doing? You're like, about your wife. Let's ask about your wife first.
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife is on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right?
Two strong characters together.
Pissed you off.
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
No.
Gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife is
The life of the wife.
If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Oh, we've got all his hints. Nice. Clay considers the knife his wife gave him as a lucky charm. Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox.
Yeah.
I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
That's fair. A lucky charm.
A lucky charm.
Tool of the trainee investigation.
You as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Fair. Okay. Rumors of blackmail?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
I'll leave you for now.
Good to know. Oh, I forgot to tell. I forgot to check on you. Hey.
To be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Treatment for fatigue required. Well, can I just go back?
See you later.
Yeah.
I'll leave you.
So I need treatments for fatigue.
Get over here now!
Was that you shouting at me? Bollocks! I just made the one for sepsis. Did I? Anemia. Darn it! Alright, let's go and find Dorothy Crane. Oh, she's just over there. Who are you? Unknown. Let's go and talk to you. Who are you? 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 I want to talk to you.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir.
Oswald.
We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight.
Newton's phobia of rats prevented him from rescuing his missing friend. Okay. Oh, bless.
Many soldiers who survive the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend.
About your frail?
Can you tell
Frail? Frail?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. Taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
Aww. What are you
This
doing
is a
here?
dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help.
What happened?
Treatment, I mean. To
Get some sleep. Okay.
Just need to feel
I'm gonna
better,
need a
sir.
lot more
Can you tell me about
treatment for
your friend?
fatigue.
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile.
PTSD. Mm-hmm. Your
Where
friend's
was
location.
your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital.
Oh, bless him.
I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
I have
Bless
all the
you.
information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Okay, find Dorothy in the area. Dorothy! Mobster. Eavesdrop. Press V to activate your senses. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock a special interaction. Look for Dorothy Crane. So, yeah, I heard. Oh. Oh. Why are you so worried?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Sus. Sus. I'm going to follow you, aren't you? Oh yeah. Oh no. So I think this is a good place to leave it for now. We know that Nurse Crane is up to no good or some good. I don't know. She seems to be helping someone, but we don't know who and we don't know what her intentions behind it are. So we're going to investigate in the next one. Please subscribe, like the video, let me know how you're liking it so far. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!